arrest for allegedly killing a black 15-year-old honor student. Tonight, the officer's record and what our team found out about his past. Election Eve hack. Hackers now trying to influence the French presidential race. The jolt to the election being watched around the world. Penthouse murders. The couple killed inside a luxury apartment building. The alleged suspect in a shootout with police. And sharp turn. The sky-high cliff and the race car skidding out of control.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Tom Yamas, and we begin tonight with the fight and the fury mounting over the House health care bill. Town halls like this one raising the volume over voters' concerns about pre-existing conditions. President Trump and House Speaker Paul Ryan celebrating the legislation's first victory lap this past week before lawmakers headed home. Now facing that backlash from healthcare advocates and Democrats using the controversial bill as a rallying cry. ABC's David Wright starting us off tonight with the president in Bedminster, New Jersey.
Tonight, blowback for Republican Congress members who voted to repeal and replace Obamacare. In upstate New York, Representative Tom Reed held town hall meetings with his constituents.
These are human beings.
Many of their concerns focus on so-called pre-existing conditions. This man says he recently donated a kidney.
Now that I have a pre-existing condition, that my cost of health care could go up significantly. And also, I could possibly be denied health care.
The Republican bill would roll back the Affordable Care Act's protections for patients with pre-existing conditions. That's 1 out of every 4 Americans. Health insurers would still have to cover them, but the bill does include a mechanism allowing insurance companies to raise rates on those patients, possibly even making their insurance unaffordable. In Idaho, Congressman Raul Labrador shot back at a constituent who told him without access to health care, people will die.
That line is so indefensible. Nobody dies because they don't have access to health care.
It will be great health care, and your premiums will come down, and your deductibles will come down. So you'll have better health care at a lower cost. And now I'm calling on the Senate to take action.
Some House members now admit they voted for the bill without reading the fine print.
I don't think any individual has read the whole bill, but that's why we have staff.
New Jersey Congressman Rodney Frelinghuyser switched his vote from a no to a yes at the last minute after promising his constituents he'd look out for them.
I support looking after pre-existing conditions.
He was holding my letter in his hand, yes, when he said that.
Adina Renfro-Michel is a survivor of stage 4 breast cancer.
Don't take away the protections we already have. And my representative voted to take away those protections when he promised not to. And I deserve an explanation.
Some of the emotion from this health care debate. David Wright joins us now live from Bedminster, New Jersey, where the president is spending the weekend at his golf club. David, we heard in your story the president is telling the Senate to pass this new health care bill, but he's also taking some shots at the media.
That's right. He's not at all happy with the coverage. He tweeted, "Wow, the fake news media did everything in its power to make the Republican health care victory look as bad as possible, far better than Ocare," he says, Tom.
David Wright in Bedminster, New Jersey tonight with the president. David, thank you. And this quick programming note, a This Week exclusive tomorrow. George goes one-on-one with House Speaker Paul Ryan. Next to that key presidential showdown in France tomorrow, and a headline that may sound very familiar. A, quote, massive and coordinated hack on the candidate leading in the polls in an apparent effort to help the nationalist candidate. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran reports from Paris.
At the 11th hour in this bitter campaign, a stunning development. That massive computer hack of the campaign of frontrunner Emmanuel Macron.
Have you heard about the WikiLeaks hack of the Macron campaign?
Yeah, we heard about that, but I think that's, I don't know, this is an awful word, but I think this is bull, you know, from Marine Le Pen.
It consists mostly of professional and personal emails and documents from the Macron campaign. They confirmed it, but they added that fakes and forgeries are mixed in too. The French Electoral Commission warning the media to limit coverage of the hack because the free expression of voters is at stake. Voters we spoke with in Paris were deeply suspicious, even angry about this cyber attack.
Hillary Clinton's emails were hacked. You think this is the same kind of thing?
We think so.
Same people?
We don't know. We don't know. But it's very strange.
The drama comes at the close of this campaign, a race where the themes echo the American election last year. Marine Le Pen, a hard-right nationalist, anti-European Union, anti-immigration, anti-Islam. And Macron, pro-EU, pro-immigration, more tolerant. He got a last-minute and highly unusual endorsement from former President Barack Obama.
I am supporting Emmanuel Macron to lead you forward.
President Trump, while saying he was not explicitly endorsing either candidate here, told an interviewer Le Pen is strongest on borders, and she's the strongest on what's been going on in France.
The final polls show Macron ahead by about 20 points and Le Pen sagging. And this hack probably won't affect the outcome, but it could damage Macron if he wins. And that may have been the point in the first place. Tom?
Terry Moran tracking this critical election out of Europe. Terry, thanks so much. Back here at home, we're following another big story out of Texas. A police officer there turning himself in, charged with murdering a 15-year-old while on duty. The officer allegedly fired his rifle at a car full of teenagers, killing this honor student. ABC's Eva Pilgrim picks up the story.
Tonight, a Texas police officer facing murder charges for killing a 15-year-old honor student. The officer now out of jail after posting bond.
A charge is great, but it's been 47 years since the state of Texas had a conviction for murder of a law enforcement officer, and so the family's in it for the long haul.
Those charges coming just hours before the family of Jordan Edwards buried the football standout, his two brothers witnesses to the shooting.
They're struggling through terrors, they're struggling through anger, they're struggling through disappointment.
Officer Roy Oliver fired after authorities say body camera video showed him firing a rifle into a car full of teens, leaving a large house party last Saturday night. That body camera video dispelling the officer's original story that the teens were aggressively backing up.
There's no way to describe the range of emotions that all of us have felt.
Tonight, ABC News learning Officer Oliver, who served in the Army for 6 years, joined the police force in 2011. In 2013, he was reprimanded after admitting to being angry and aggressive while testifying in court during a DWI case, later required to take anger management training. But in his most recent employee evaluation this past January, supervisors said Officer Oliver exceeded expectations. We have reached out to the officer's attorney. We have not gotten any response. He faces up to life in prison if convicted. Tom?
Eva Pilgrim with that officer's records tonight. All right, Eva, thanks so much. Now to the evacuations underway in Georgia as a large wildfire burns near the Florida state line. At least 60 families forced out in Charlton County. Dry conditions not helping, and shifting winds may make the smoke even worse. This as the Northeast rings out from that severe drenching that has moved on through New England. Senior meteorologist Rob Marciano joins us now. He's in Florida tonight. Rob, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. This is the time of year where Florida starts to get into its rainy season, or at least get more humid. We have not seen that very dry air overhead, and that's why we have critical fire conditions this evening for a large chunk of the state, getting up into Georgia as well, where those fires are burning right now. And it will remain elevated, it looks like, through tomorrow. Although the winds will relax, it will stay dry, it looks, for a couple days. The drought obviously not helping there. We've expanded that. Now 2/3 of the state is in with some sort of category of drought. Meanwhile, the heavy rain that moved across the Northeast yesterday, that's moved off, but still showers rotating through, cool showers. Look, even some snow mixing in across Canada and northern New York. Temperatures tomorrow remaining in the 40s, and the overall trend over the next couple of weeks looks to be a cool one for the Northeast. So a cool start to May, and here in Florida, no real rain in sight, at least through the middle part of this week. Tom?
Okay, Rob, thanks so much. Now to that mysterious double homicide that happened inside the penthouse of a luxury apartment building. The alleged suspect in a shootout with police. Here's ABC's Adrian Banker.
Tonight, penthouse murder. 2 people dead, officers rushing in when one of the victims reportedly placed a final desperate plea for help.
Got a message from his friend saying that there's a gunman in the house.
Police saying as soon as they arrived at this luxury condo building in South Boston, the suspect, Bampumim Texera, started shooting at them.
We just ran in as the shots were being fired. We're going to need at least 2 shields and a long gun for cover.
Officers firing back, the 30-year-old taken into custody on a stretcher after what officials call a violent struggle. Texera is accused of brutally killing a man and woman inside a penthouse in the building. Details of the case, horrific. The victims in their 40s or 50s. The Boston Globe, citing unnamed sources, reports they're both doctors.
We believe there's something more to what happened here.
Texera is now facing multiple charges. Police say that he and the victims knew each other, though it's not clear what kind of relationship they had. Tom?
So many questions still in this case. All right, Adrian, thanks so much. Now to the new details coming in on a case getting a lot of national attention. The death of a Penn State sophomore. The fraternity he was trying to join itself facing charges, and now authorities say at least 18 students have been implicated. Here's ABC's Kenneth Moten.
Tonight, graduation weekend at Penn State University, and the campus in shock. 18 students now charged in the frat party death of 19-year-old Timothy Piazza.
This is the result of a feeling of entitlement, flagrant disobedience of the law, and disregard for moral values.
Investigators say in February, the Beta Theta Pi pledge was forced to binge drink before falling headfirst down a staircase. Prosecutors say the alleged hazing cover-up captured by surveillance cameras. Court documents reveal Piazza was in and out of consciousness on a couch for hours as fraternity brothers argued over what to do next.
And when they finally did call for help, they did not tell anyone that he had fallen. When he arrived at the hospital, it was too late.
Of course, it's a tragedy, but, you know, that doesn't mean there was any intent involved in any of this.
8 fraternity brothers charged with involuntary manslaughter Friday, facing up to 5 years in prison if convicted. They're also accused of hiding evidence, deleting text messages, and coming up with a fake story. Tom, the president of Penn State University, calling this sickening. Beta Theta Pi fraternity has been permanently banned from campus. Tom?
Kenneth Moten for us tonight. Kenneth, thank you. Moving overseas now, reports coming in tonight that many of those Chibok schoolgirls kidnapped in Nigeria in 2014 have been freed. Nigerian officials now saying the extremists have released at least 83 of those girls. Hundreds have been held captive by the group Boko Haram. Next to Princess Diana, who died 20 years ago this summer. Tonight we're learning more about Diana's final hours with her boyfriend. Martin Bashir takes a look back.
Summer was nearly over, and according to the friend she telephoned on her last day alive, Diana was anxious to go home and see her sons. But Dodi wanted one last weekend in Paris.
She rang me and said, Dodi wants to go to Paris. Would you tell William and Harry at Balmoral that I'll be back the day after?
The paparazzi were hot on the trail.
Madame? It was open season on her because she was the most photographed. Everybody could sell pictures of her. Everybody wanted them.
Sometime after midnight, the couple made a fateful decision to return to Dodi's apartment. They would leave by the Ritz rear exit, which was reached by going through the hotel kitchen. Back in London, the other man in Diana's life was urgently trying to reach her. Hasnat Khan, a British Pakistani heart surgeon she called Mr. Wonderful.
Well, it's tragic to think that on that last night, as Diana was preparing to get into the car that would take her into the Alma Tunnel to her death, that Hasnat Khan was trying to reach her on the phone.
Does the world realize that her romance with Dodi Al-Fayed was only 30 days, from beginning to end? Not 2 years, as was the one with Hasnat. Hasnat Khan was the love of her life.
Special correspondent Martin Bashir looking back. Martin will have much more on ABC's 2-hour primetime documentary special, The Last 100 Days of Diana, right here tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Saturday. This just in, bombs, possibly from World War II, found. The mass evacuation set to be underway. Plus, the major recall involving some of your breakfast favorites. What you need to take out of your freezer right now. Plus, Botox will take your wrinkles away, but could it also take your depression away? The surprising results of a new study. Stay with us.
This is ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by non-drowsy Claritin and Clarispray products.
Allergy symptoms distracting you? Doctors recommend taking Claritin every day of your allergy season for continuous relief. Claritin provides powerful, non-drowsy 24-hour relief for fewer interruptions from the amazing things you do every day. Live Claritin Clear every day.
Your brain changes as you get older, but Prevagen helps your brain with an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
Why pause a spontaneous moment? Cialis for daily use treats ED and the urinary symptoms of BPH. Tell your doctor about your medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempas for pulmonary hypertension, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have a sudden decrease or loss of hearing or vision or an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis.
I will never wash my hair again. New Pantene doesn't just wash your hair, it fuels it, making every strand stronger. So Tangle